Welcome back, and we continue our focus on breast cancer awareness throughout October. We've seen campaigns everywhere, from pink ribbons and products to major corporate sponsorships. But with the increasing commercialization of these campaigns, there's an important question we need to address. Is it a good thing? While the funds raised support research and awareness, some critics argue that these efforts risk overshadowing the real message and focusing more on the profits than progress. And joining us this morning for this discussion is Anthea Ogle, Johannesburg Regional Secretary at Reach for Recovery, a breast cancer support organization. Anthea, very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful.
It is. It certainly is. And thank you for making time to join us, because it's such a very pertinent and vital conversation. Not just in October, but beyond. It should be a year-long conversation.
Yes, it should.
But the focus this morning is the commercialization of, awareness campaigns. Do you believe that such commercialization helps or hinders the fight against breast cancer?
I believe it helps. It helps very much. So in terms of getting the word out there, you need a platform to do that.
Yeah.
And even if you dedicate 1 month for the whole year, that's awesome. You'll get people that watch, you'll get people that listen, you'll get people that will respond to you, people that will never know that there's an avenue for help.
Yes.
And getting the support during October is also important, because you can focus on getting that support, and straight after that you can focus on where does that support need to go. Where in your organization do you need those funds to go? So there needs to be some avenue where you can campaign for the support, reach out to those people or organizations that don't have breast cancer campaigns.
Yes.
And you can get those funds and you can tap into those funds. It's very important to reach out to all communities, rich, poor, people who can afford the help or not help. And in our circumstances, we help people with that have recently had mastectomies. That prosthesis is not affordable to everybody. So
what kind of help do you offer?
So it's basically going to the state hospitals.
Yeah.
And meeting with these recently diagnosed women and men sometimes, and helping them. If you've just had a mastectomy, we are there. We supply the mastectomies. We help these ladies by fitting them with the appropriate bra, because that's another important issue.
Right.
Do people have bras that fit them? Are these bras the correct size for them?
Right.
And we fit the prosthesis that fits them. And at the end of the day, you wouldn't know. Do they have a prosthesis? Are they reconstruct? You absolutely wouldn't even know. That's a Ditto project that we are busy with. That's what it's called. The service that we provide, the Ditto project, which means helping people get to the same that they were. Ditto means the same.
Right.
So that's what it basically stands for.
And you need more funding,
We
to
do.
push this mandate. And having said that, how does your organization then balance the need for fundraising with, maintaining the integrity of breast cancer awareness?
Well, we've got a support from National, which is based in Cape Town, and then we've got a lot of branches around the country. So many women like me, we are all breast cancer survivors, and it ranges from all the different types of breast cancer.
Okay.
And we know what people have gone through, what these women have gone through.
Yeah.
So we are the best people to stand in front of them and say, look at me, look how far I've come, look where I am. And that cancer isn't a death sentence. It's actually, sometimes it gives you a new release in life. You
True.
look at it and you say, God is making you understand that there's a different path.
True.
And sometimes we look at life, we're in this rat race, and that's all it's about. And sometimes having an illness will make you think, it's not your way, it's God's way.
It's God's way. It's absolutely God's way. And, do you think that corporate involvement broadens the awareness of, such campaigns, or does it, in a way, dilute the message?
Not at all. I think it helps in a big way, giving you that support, giving you a platform, and at the same time, employees are exposed to that same help. Sometimes people don't want to come forward and say, hi, I've got a problem. They're scared of losing their job.
Yeah.
So when they see that a corporate is open to all of these campaigns, they feel it's it's okay to go to HR and say, listen, I need help, this is my story.
Yeah.
So yes, I truly believe that corporate plays a big role in the big picture.
And Anthea, do you think that commercial entities bring innovation or efficiency into the campaign process that non-profit organizations cannot?
To a certain extent, sometimes a non-profit, depending on who supports them, can get the access to stuff.
Okay.
But with corporate's help, you can get further in what your plans are.
Yeah. And how can we ensure transparency? Because that's another major issue that donors or funders take particularly cognizance of, transparency in the usage of the donor funds. So how do we ensure the transparency in how much of the money from commercial partnerships actually goes to research or supporting those affected by breast cancer?
I would imagine engaging them in everything that you do, or almost everything that you do. So if you're having a cancer day, that they're there with you and they see it, invite them to, like for example with us, invite them to the hospitals and see what progress you're making with the funds that they've donated.
Okay.
So that's how I would say transparency would play a role.
And how do you feel about companies that profit from a term called pink washing, using breast cancer awareness as a marketing strategy without making a significant contribution to the cause?
Well, those people their consciences need to play on their minds. I think it's important when you have an organization that has a function, do what you say you're going to do.
Yes.
There's people that depend on you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is there a risk that focusing on corporate sponsorships perhaps might marginalize the smaller, more community-based, awareness campaigns?
I'm sure there is a risk with that, but if you are transparent and you partner with the right people with the same integrity and the same values that you have, I think then the partnership will play a big role and a positive role in these communities.
Yeah, and do you believe that commercialization of these campaigns, will lead to sustained long-term awareness, or is it more of a short-term kind?
I think it's long-term, and I think it needs to be sustained. I think we cannot take this away. It's very important that we get the message out, even if it is in 1 month, that we get the message out.
Yeah.
There is help, and we need to take that help. If you find that you have a lump, go see your doctor. And if you don't hear these messages, you might not know that you should be going with every, if you find something wrong. Because some people are too scared to go to the doctor. So yes, let's have these campaigns. Let's get the word out. It's important.
Yeah. And what have you observed in terms of the country's healthcare system and, being accessible to all? Because some people have been lamenting that, cancer treatments are very, very expensive. And, with the introduction of NHI, of course, I'm sure that there could be some playing around that particular issue. But what have you observed in terms of the country's healthcare system providing that access to everybody?
I think with me, I'm a little bit scared. If I didn't have medical aid, where would I be? And the next person who doesn't have the medical aid, where are they? But there is hospitals that are good.
Right,
and we can't take away from those hospitals. Those that aren't good possibly just need the help, maybe they need the funding, but yeah. Okay.
Anthea, lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And those who might want to contribute to your organization, how do they go about doing that?
If you can look for us on Facebook, we have a website as well. We're also on Instagram. It's Reach for Recovery Johannesburg.
All right. Anthea, great chatting to you.
All
the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, joining us for this discussion is Anthea Ogle, Johannesburg Regional Secretary at Reach for Recovery, a breast cancer support organization.